Welcome to ERC TipsKnowLogy. This is day 1 of our microcontroller tutorial. Let's start. The unit of data size. Bit, a binary digit that can have the value 0 or 1. Byte, 8 bits. Nibble, half of a byte, or 4 bits. Word, 2 bytes, or 16 bits. The terms used to describe amounts of memory in IBM PCs and compatibles are kilobyte K, 2 to the power of 10 bytes, which is over 1000 bytes. 1024, to be exact. Megabyte M, 2 to the power of 20 bytes, which is over 1 million bytes. 1048576 bytes, to be exact. Gigabyte G, 2 to the power of 30 bytes, which is over 1 billion bytes. 107374184, to be exact. Terabyte T, 2 to the power of 40 bytes, which is over 1 trillion bytes. 1099511627776, to be exact. CPU, Central Processing Unit, execute information stored in memory. I/O, input-output devices, provide a means of communicating with CPU. Memory. RAM, random access memory, temporary storage of programs that computer is running. The data is lost when computer is off. ROM, read-only memory, contains programs and information essential to operation of the computer. The information cannot be changed by use, and is not lost when power is off. It is called non-volatile memory. The CPU is connected to the address bus and to the data bus. The two memories, the RAM and the ROM, and the peripherals, like monitor, printer, and others, are also connected to the address bus and to the data bus. Internal organization of computers. The CPU is connected to memory and input or output I/O through strips of wire called bus. A bus carries information from place to place. The different kinds of bus are address bus, data bus, and control bus. To be more specific, the internal organization of computers are like this. The CPU is connected to the address bus, data bus, and control bus. The CPU sends control signals like read signal and write signal to the control bus. Read or write signals are sent to the RAM and to the disk. Read signals are sent to the ROM and keyboard. Write signals are sent to the printer and monitor. Address bus. For a device like memory or input-output to be recognized by the CPU, it must be assigned an address. The address assigned to a given device must be unique. Unique means that the address must not be the same with any other device address. The address bus is where the CPU puts the address, and after that, the decoding circuitry finds the device. Data bus. The CPU either gets data from the device or sends data to it. The data bus contains the data which is taken by the CPU or sent by the CPU. Control bus provides read or write signals to the device to indicate if the CPU is asking for information or sending it information. More about the data bus. The more data buses available, the better the CPU. Think of data buses as highway lanes. More data buses mean a more expensive CPU and computer. The average size of data buses in CPUs varies between 8 and 64. Data buses are bidirectional to receive or send data. The processing power of a computer is related to the size of its buses. The more address buses available, the larger the number of devices that can be addressed. The number of locations with which a CPU can communicate is always equal to 2x. X is the address lines, regardless of the size of the data bus. Example: a CPU with 24 address lines and 16 data lines can provide a total of 2 to the power of 24 or 16 megabytes of addressable memory. Each location can have a maximum of 1 byte of data, since all general-purpose CPUs are byte addressable. The address bus is unidirectional. For the CPU to process information, the data must be stored in RAM or ROM, which are referred to as primary memory. ROM provides information that is fixed and permanent. The examples are tables or initialization program. RAM stores information that is not permanent and can change with time. Examples of what RAM may contain are various versions of operating systems, OS, and application packages. Another example is CPU gets information to be processed first from RAM or ROM. If it is not there, then seeks it from a mass storage device called secondary memory and transfers the information to RAM. Inside the CPU, there is what we call as registers. The CPU uses registers to store information temporarily. Examples of this information are values to be processed and address of value to be fetched from memory. In general, the more and bigger the registers, the better the CPU. Registers can be 8, 16, 32, or 64-bit. The disadvantage of more and bigger registers is the increased cost of such a CPU. That's the end of day 1 in our microcontroller tutorial. Please subscribe, share and click the notification bell for the next tutorials. See you again, here in ERC TipsKnowLogy. Thank you and goodbye.